morning and welcome to Finding My Online Biz. Down here on the beach again for our beach walk number 4. Question is, should you go and do training or not? Coming right up. So one of the most challenging things is to learn a new skill and to learn it well. And sometimes it's hard to learn something yourself. You can learn things yourself. You can jump on YouTube as you are here. You can go and read a book. You can go and study other people's work. But one of the quickest and easiest ways to learn something is to go and do a course. So yesterday I did an iPhone mastery course with a treehouse here at Terrigal, and they took us through everything to do with the iPhone, about how to do photography, how to do video on the iPhone. Sorry about that traffic noise just down the main road there. So if you hear cars going past, that's what it is, the main road over there. So yeah, so they took us through the whole process of filming on the iPhone, even down to the kind of shots to make, and I learned a lot. I learned heaps on that course, so much so I pretty much came out of the course, you know, with my head spinning somewhat. Sometimes you've just got to foot the bill, you know what I mean? You can't wait for your work or for somewhere else to train you. Who's responsible for your development? You are. I'm not. Your boss isn't, no one else really is. But you are responsible for your own personal development. So in my case, I thought, well, you know, this isn't related to my job really, so I'll pay for it myself. So I went and I saved up the dollars. Wasn't cheap because it's a professional course. Wasn't cheap, but I saved up my dollars and then I went and I did the course with Treehouse. And it was money well spent. I learned more in the day of working with these guys, that they don't use any DSLRs anymore. All they use are iPhones. So iPhones for everything. And they showed us how to use how to mic up, how to do all those things, how to put the microphone up through the clothing, all that sort of stuff, and how to conceal microphones, all of those sorts of things. Conceal microphones in a good way for interviewing purposes. But there was just so much in it, and even down to the old standard iPhone camera and what it can do is just absolutely amazing. You know, Apple have made quite a fantastic product. I would have never called myself an Apple fanboy, but I admit that the iPhone itself is very, very good. It seems to have just all the right things. It's ticking all the boxes to make photography and videography really, really easy, or easier, put it that way. There's still some skills to know, there's still some lessons to learn. They talked about looking into the camera. Now every YouTube person I've ever listened to says look into the camera when you're talking to the people, but they made a really good point. They said that, well, people don't do that in real conversation. You know, they'll look at you for a little bit and then they look away, you know, they look elsewhere, things like that. So little nuances like that really will help your photography. Keeping what you want in the shot, for an example, is really important. So you are worth it. You are worth it. Now, if you can't afford training, there's heaps of it on YouTube. Not all of it is professional training, and not all of it is useful for you moving your YouTube channel forward. I'm pretty lucky as far as I'm concerned, because I've only got 18 subscribers. I learned a little lesson last week which was quite interesting. I had a couple of people who subscribed to my channel, and then when I subscribed, I went and had a look at their channels, of course, as you do, you know. I'm in a little channel, so, you know, I went and had a look at the other people's channel. And I would say within a couple of hours of me subscribing to their channels, they unsubscribed from mine. That was a bit of a doozy for me. I'm thinking, what the heck's going on here? That's a bit odd. So I went and did some research, and apparently that's quite common. So some of the larger channels, not much larger, I must admit, you know, but one of their tactics is that they find little YouTubers doing something similar to theirs. They go and they subscribe only long enough for that YouTuber to subscribe back to them, and then they take them off. I'm sorry, I don't get the logic behind it. I'm sure there is some logic behind it. I think maybe it's so that people don't see that they're, but you don't see subscribers unless it's turned on anyway. So I don't see the point. I didn't quite get the point. Put it in the comments if you understand why they're doing that. I don't understand it. To me, it just seems shystery, you know. It seems a bit, you know, clickbaity. You know, it's still sub for sub, whichever way you like to cut and dice it. You know, they've clicked on us. They've probably done that so that they don't look like they're doing sub for sub. But if YouTube looked very hard, they would see that that's just sub for sub without leaving themselves subbed. You know what I'm saying? I think that's what they're doing. And again, in the comments below, if you would. Much in that course, I tell you, it was just so fantastic. I can't highly recommend those guys enough. Treehouse, they're called. We Are Treehouse. Go to their website, We Are Treehouse. I'm sure they won't mind me giving them some free advertising. But well worth the effort to go and get trained. If you really want to be serious about your craft, if you want to be serious about doing a YouTube channel or anything else really in the creative space, then go and get yourself some training. It's well worth the while. Now I'm going to bring out some more how-to videos on how to make your own graphic assets cheaply. Of course, you can always go and use Photoshop. You can always go and use the Adobe products. They're fantastic. They're awesome. They're designed for the purpose, but they're very expensive. And there's a subscription attached to most of them. I mean, you can pay for them outright, but it'll cost you an arm and leg and half a kidney to do that. But there are cheaper alternatives. Yes, it takes more time. Yes, you will need to do more editing. It will take longer. The process takes longer. The next one I'm doing is bell icons, and basically you can use the basic principle that I'll show you in Doodle Pro, how to make your own graphic assets, and that's coming up over the next couple of days, or it might even be out before this. If it is, you know what I mean. And I hope that you understand that you are worth it, and that your training and your development cannot be left up to somebody else. Don't just sit on your laurels and say, well, my boss won't train me. No, you find what you need to be trained in and you go and train yourself. If they won't train you, and I tell you what will happen is that eventually other companies will see that if you're looking for employment, and they'll go, man, this person is willing to go and get themselves trained. I did it. Off my own bat, I went and learned these. I've gone and learned these skills, and I'm continuing to learn these skills. Is my YouTube channel fantastic? No, it's not. Is my filming awesome? No, it's not. But I'm learning. You know, Sean Cannell says, kick fear in the face and just hit record. You've just got to do it. Just start. Just begin. And then the process of learning happens each video. Every time you put something out, you'll learn more about what you can say and what you can't say, and you'll also learn what your subscribers want. That's really important. We'll just go down and sit with wifey and see what she's got to say. Good morning. Hello world. Wifey world again. So did you do any more on your channel?
No. Nope.
So I linked to your channel the last time we did a video.
Oh, okay.
I did a video, I should say. And so I'm hoping that people will go over there and say, come on Dianne, do some more video.
It's been a while.
You know, she's a lot prettier than me on video. So, you know, have a look at her video. Are you giving me a nudge there? I'm getting a nudge down the bottom.
That thing called work.
We got to go to work.
Yeah.
Work.
We're running late.
Everybody's got to work. Oh no, not me. Isn't that how it goes?
Not you. Okay. Alright, I have to go to work. How's that?
Alright, you've got to go to work. Alright. Wifey's got to go to work. I suppose I should show up. Enjoy the journey. I'll see you next time. Bye.